Hello and welcome back to The English Habit, the place where you learn English slowly, clearly, and with calm, simple stories. Today we are talking about something very personal and very enjoyable: your hobbies. A hobby is something you like to do in your free time. It is an activity that helps you relax, feel happy, and express yourself. In this episode, we will explore different types of hobbies, learn useful words to describe them, and think about why they matter in our daily lives. So, find a quiet place, take a deep breath, and let's begin our slow English journey together. What is a hobby? A hobby is something you enjoy doing in your free time. It is an activity that makes you feel calm, happy, or excited. A hobby is not work. It is not something you must do. It is something you choose to do because it feels good. When we talk about hobbies, we talk about the things that add color to your life. These activities show a little bit about who you are. They tell a small story about your personality, your dreams, and your interests. For example, maybe you like reading. You sit with the book, turn the pages slowly, and enjoy the quiet. Or maybe you enjoy cooking. You chop vegetables, mix ingredients, and feel proud when the meal tastes good. These small actions are part of your hobby story. Some people like active hobbies. They run, dance, swim, or play sports. These hobbies help you move your body and feel strong. Other people enjoy quiet hobbies. They draw, sew, knit, or listen to music. These hobbies help you relax and breathe. Here is an important idea. A hobby does not need to be big. It does not need to be special. It only needs to bring you joy. Even 5 minutes of doing something you love can change your day. When you have a hobby, you have a small, safe space in your life, a place where you can stop, slow down, and feel like yourself again. That is why hobbies matter. Talking about your feelings. When you talk about your hobbies, it is important to share your feelings too. Feelings help other people understand why the hobby matters to you. They also make your English sound natural, warm, and human. Think about this question. How does this hobby make me feel? Maybe your hobby makes you feel calm. For example, if you enjoy drawing, you might say, "Drawing helps me relax after a long day." The word relax means to let your body and mind rest. Maybe your hobby makes you feel excited. If you love playing the guitar, you might say, "I feel happy and full of energy when I play music." The phrase "full of energy" means you feel strong and awake. Some hobbies make you feel proud. Cooking a good meal or learning a new dance step can give you a soft, warm feeling inside. You can say, "I feel proud when I finish something new." and some hobbies make you feel connected. When you play a team sport or join a book club, you share moments with other people. You can say, "This hobby helps me feel close to others." Here is a simple tip. Use the phrase, "It makes me feel," to describe your emotions. For example, "It makes me feel peaceful." "It makes me feel focused." "It makes me feel creative." When you add feelings to your story, your English becomes more alive. You are not only describing an activity, you are describing your heart, your joy, and the reason this hobby is part of your life. Describing the details. When you talk about your hobby, details make your story clear and real. You can share when you do it, where you do it, and how you do it. These small pieces of information help the listener imagine your life. Let's start with when. You can say, "I usually do this hobby on weekends," or "I practice every evening after work." The word usually means something happens many times, but not always. These simple time phrases help people understand your routine. Next, talk about where. Some hobbies happen at home, like cooking, reading, or playing games. Others happen outside, like jogging in the park or taking photos in the city. You can say, "I do it in my living room," or "I go to a quiet cafe near my house." Adding a place makes your story stronger. Then, explain how you do your hobby. For example, "I cook by following simple recipes." "I paint with watercolors on thick paper." "I practice yoga with online videos." The word recipe means instructions for cooking. The word watercolor means paint mixed with water. You can also describe your process step by step. This helps the listener feel like they are with you. For example, "First, I prepare my tools. Then I sit down, breathe, and start slowly." Sharing when, where, and how turns your hobby from a basic sentence into a gentle story. It shows your real life, your habits, and the quiet moments you enjoy. Useful vocabulary for common hobbies. When you talk about hobbies, certain words are very useful. These words help you explain your activity clearly. Let's look at some common vocabulary you can use. Creative. Using your imagination to make something new. For example, painting is a creative hobby. I enjoy making new colors and shapes. Creative hobbies help you think in new ways and express yourself. Relaxing, something that makes you calm and peaceful. For example, listening to music is relaxing. It helps me forget my worries. You can use this word for quiet hobbies like reading, knitting, or gardening. Active, moving your body, not staying still. For example, I like running because it is an active hobby. It makes me strong. Sports, dancing, or cycling are active hobbies. Practice, to do something many times to improve. For example, I practice the piano every day to play better songs. Practice is important for skills like playing instruments, sports, or drawing. Collect, to gather things that you enjoy. For example, I collect postcards from different countries. Collecting can be small or big items like stamps, coins, or toys. Focus, to give your attention to one thing. For example, when I paint, I focus on the colors and shapes. Focus helps you enjoy your hobby and improve your skills. Try using these words when you describe your hobby. You can say, "My hobby is creative and relaxing," or "I practice every day to get better." These words make your English more interesting and clear. Reflecting on your hobbies. Now that we have talked about what hobbies are, how they make us feel, and how to describe them, it is time to reflect. Reflection means thinking quietly about your own life. Hobbies are not only fun, they also tell us something about ourselves. Ask yourself some simple questions. What hobby makes me feel happy? Which hobby helps me relax after a busy day? Do I have a hobby that I can share with others? Thinking about these questions helps you understand why your hobbies are important. Maybe your hobby is drawing. It helps you feel calm and creative. Or maybe your hobby is playing football. It helps you stay active and meet friends. Hobbies also show your personality. Some hobbies are quiet, like reading or knitting. They show patience and focus. Some hobbies are active, like dancing or swimming. They show energy and courage. Every hobby is part of your story. It is also useful to think about how often you do your hobby. Even a small amount of time every day can make a big difference. You can say, "I spend 30 minutes reading every morning," or "I practice guitar 3 times a week." Small steps are important. Finally, remember this. Describing your hobby in English is not just about the activity. It is about your feelings, your choices, and your life. When you share your hobby with others, you share a piece of yourself. And that makes your English personal, warm, and alive. And that brings us to the end of the main lesson. Today, we have talked about hobbies and how to describe them in English. First, we learned what a hobby is. A hobby is an activity you enjoy in your free time. It is something you choose to do because it makes you happy or relaxed. Hobbies are not work. They are small, personal activities that bring joy to your life. Next, we explored how hobbies make us feel. Some hobbies are relaxing, some are exciting, and some make us feel proud. You can use simple phrases like, It makes me feel. To share your emotions. Talking about feelings helps people understand why your hobby is important to you. We also learned how to describe the details of your hobby. You can talk about when you do it, where you do it, and how you do it. Small details make your story clear and easy to imagine. Then, we learned some useful vocabulary for hobbies. Words like creative, relaxing, active, practice, collect, and focus help you explain your hobby naturally. Using these words makes your English more interesting and complete. Finally, we reflected on hobbies. Hobbies show your personality, help you relax, and connect you with your feelings. Even a small amount of time spent on a hobby is meaningful. Remember, describing your hobby is not just about the activity. It is about your feelings, your choices, and the small joys in your life. Thank you for listening to The English Habit. I hope you enjoyed exploring hobbies and learning new words with me today. Remember, your hobbies are not only fun activities, they are small moments that help you feel happy, calm, and connected to yourself. When you describe your hobbies in English, you practice your words, your sentences, and your feelings all at the same time. So take a little time every day to think, talk, or write about your hobbies. Keep it slow, clear, and enjoyable. I look forward to seeing you next time for another warm English lesson. Bye!